now that you've had the lab manager bring you your miter saw safety sheet, you need to fill it out as we go through this video. Now, the first thing we need to do when we use the miter saw is turn on the dust collector. I'm going to turn it on for just a second so you can hear it run. It's kind of loud, but we'll turn it off when we run our machine in this video. But when you run the machine, leave it on the whole time. Inside this closet is a dust collector. There's a big red button and a big green button on the right hand wall. The green button turns it on, red button shuts it off. I'll just let it run for that second. Now you'll leave it on the full time. You have to push those buttons really hard because they're very stiff. Now we'll come over and talk about the miter saw. This big yellow saw is the miter saw. Miter means it cuts angles. We're just going to cut straight cuts, which is a 90-degree angle. We're concerned with several things when we use this machine. First off, where we put our wood. We put our wood to the left of the blade. When you run this machine, you're going to stand like this. So when I say left, I mean over here, and right is over here. I'm going to move out of the way so you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to put our wood to the left of the blade, and this is the handle that I'm grabbing up here. And that's what pulls the saw down. There's a black trigger. You can't see it from there, but that's okay. There's a black trigger right here by my fingers. It's a trigger. The saw only runs when I'm pulling it. If I let go, it shuts off. It's not a switch. We put our hand here. We don't have it on. We have it off. We're going to bring the blade down. We're going to line it up with our two lines that we drew in the last video. We're going to line that blade up right between the two lines. Our left hand is going to push the wood back against the fence and hold it down at the same time. Now, it isn't going to try to take the wood away from you. We're just going to keep it from vibrating, so you don't have to bear hug it. We're just going to hold it down. But back against the fence and held down tight. Bring the handle down and line it up with the saw off. And I've got it hitting pretty close to the center of those two lines, and close is close enough. That's the first rule. We're going to bring the saw out with it off. Once we get it out here and we've already lined up our blade, we're going to turn it on. We're going to go all the way down, and it will go down until it stops. Go all the way down, and then we're going to saw all the way back. So it's off when we line up, off when we pull it out. And once we get it out here, then we're going to turn it on. With it on, we're going to go down and back. And as soon as we cut all the way through, we let off the blade and come back up. And I'll show you how that works. I'll stand off to the side here. First, I'll line it up with it off. Bring it all the way out. Turn it on. All the way down. And all the way back, and let it come shut off as it goes up. And there is a guard that protects your hand from the blade, but I still don't want you reaching under the blade. Use your piece of wood, move the scraps out of the way. And I've cut one piece. I've got a couple more to go that we've already measured out, and I won't show you that. Make sure you've completed all these steps and filled out that entire worksheet, and have your instructor come check your worksheet.